It was a huge problem. It was emitting about 700,000 pounds of toxic emissions every year. This plant was in violation for more than 10 years for toxins like lead, cadmium, dioxins. The public knew very little about that whatsoever. They're the fifth largest utility in the country. They have a lot of power. The only county exempt from the state recycling law. Why are we creating all this garbage and why are we burning it? What does it do to the environment? What does it do to the health of the citizens?
One of the largest sources of mercury contaminating the lakes and rivers in Wisconsin is from incineration of garbage. And we have two garbage incinerators in the state of Wisconsin, the one in La Crosse and a smaller one in Barron County.
Personally, I got involved with the issue because I care deeply about our community. Tourism is probably one of the largest industries in the city of La Crosse. People come there. It's a beautiful place. We have towering bluffs with a beautiful river.
I met Guy Wolf probably my first or second year into opening Midwest Environmental Advocates. He's a long-standing member of the community, and he had been working to reduce the pollution coming out of the Xcel Energy incinerator.
The French Island Incinerator is located really in the heart of the Mississippi River. There's three rivers that come together right there. The Black River, the La Crosse River, and the Mississippi River, and it's on an island. It's on French Island. And at the time that we were addressing the issue of the problem, it was emitting about 700,000 pounds of toxic emissions every year. That was actually the third largest source of emissions from any plant in the state of Wisconsin.
They had very high levels of toxins, mercury and dioxin, coming out of the incinerator.
One of the issues with dioxin, it bioaccumulates in the fatty tissue, which means it goes into things like breast milk. And that's a huge problem for not only for women, but for children and infants and all of us.
I thought it would be really important to try to get, if we couldn't stop burning garbage, then to at least get greater pollution controls put on what was and still is the largest garbage incinerator in the state.
I think in taking on Xcel, you begin to understand that they're the fifth largest utility in the country. They're a huge corporation. They have a lot of power. They're so powerful that they helped convince the county some 20 years ago to make La Crosse County the only county exempt from the state recycling law.
They've gotten an exemption from this law that applies to all of the rest of the state of Wisconsin. So plastic there gets fed into the incinerator.
It stands out to you right away that why are we creating all this garbage and why are we burning it? And what does it do to the environment? What does it do to the health of the citizens?
I ended up touring the incinerator. On that tour I saw things that indicated that it really was what would be called a large incinerator rather than small, and sent that information to the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Environmental Protection Agency agreed and reclassified the incinerator as large, which meant it had to upgrade its air pollution controls and significantly reduce how much pollution was coming out of the incinerator.
The process really was quite lengthy. It lasted more than 10 years. It involved literally thousands of students and citizens from the La Crosse area.
We were able to be a catalyst to hold the company accountable for polluting the air that's common to all of us.
In addition to the $11 million of changes at the plant, Xcel Energy was fined by both the federal government and the state government, and about $1.3 million of the fines were used to build a household hazardous waste facility in the county of La Crosse.
Part of that money stayed in the community and went to creating a new household hazardous waste program that's still in operation today. The benefits of that are still happening.
That facility has, to this day, collected over 3 million pounds of household hazardous waste that would have gone to the incinerator. Some of it may have been burned, some of it may have been landfilled, but the fact is it took 3 million pounds of the worst materials out of the waste stream. My kids often laugh and they say, they have told me that, you know, Dad, you were able to get more than $10 million out of the county in Xcel Energy, and yet you didn't bring a dime home. And I laughed and said, well, you know, why I did this and why I continue to work on this and to watchdog Xcel Energy is that we're talking about the health and safety of everybody that lives here.
We all have the power to influence the health and safety of our environment. He's done it. He learned how to do it from scratch, and he continues to be engaged and to be a watchdog about what's going on in his community.